Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with a monthly theme Thursday review of Cobweb. As you guys should hopefully know by now, this month's theme is 2023 horror. Originally, Cobweb wasn't one of my selections to review. I initially planned on reviewing a different 2023 horror film. As a matter of fact, Jason and I watched both movies in the same night. The movie I was going to review followed by Cobweb. I'll just say it. The other one was Cocaine Bear. That's what I had planned to review in this video. Jason and I had already seen Cocaine Bear last year, but we wanted to watch it again for my review video, as well as our 2023 horror ranking stream, which will be coming up at some point. And that's the exact reason why we watched Cobweb. This was a first-time watch for us, but it will also be part of our 2023 horror ranking. Cobweb is also included in something else we'll be doing in the future, but I won't discuss that here. It's extremely rewatchable and so much fun. It makes me happy watching it. But I also think it's fair to say Cocaine Bear has gotten a lot of attention, and deservedly so. Cobweb, on the other hand, should definitely be talked about more. Like I said, this was a first-time watch for both me and Jason, and it blew us away. Truthfully, we both agreed it is one of the scariest movies we've ever seen. Obviously, we're very desensitized to a lot of things, having watched a lot of horror over the course of our lives. But Cobweb is scary in that disturbing way. It's unsettling, uncomfortable, unnerving. As scary can be for horror fans like us, that's Cobweb. Because of the huge impact it had on us, I just knew I had to review this. I seriously considered waiting until October for the 31 Days of Horror, or 31 Days of Halloween, because Cobweb is set on and around Halloween, but I don't think it can wait, because people need to see this film. So many horror fans complain about modern horror films not scaring them. Meanwhile, here's Cobweb, just waiting to be experienced. This is nightmare fuel. Released last year, Cobweb stars Lizzie Kaplan, who many will recognize from Mean Girls, and others will recognize from Castle Rock. She plays the young Annie Wilkes in the latter, and from what I hear, she was perfectly cast in that. And based on her performance in Cobweb, I have to agree without even having seen Castle Rock. She definitely gives off Annie Wilkes vibes in this, and Jason said it too. While we were watching Cobweb, Jason made a joke saying her name must be Annie. That's when I told him, well, she does play Annie Wilkes in Castle Rock. Well, you can imagine how he responded. He had no idea. The point of all this is, Lizzie Kaplan was fantastic in Cobweb. Anthony Starr was as equally good as her husband, and they play the parents of young Peter. Peter is the protagonist of the film, trapped inside his own home with some truly terrifying parents. It's the week leading up to Halloween, which is fitting, since their yard is a pumpkin patch. This movie is so atmospheric. Peter has a new substitute teacher at school, Miss Devine, played by Cleopatra Coleman, who plays in another 2023 horror film, Infinity Pool. In addition to being bullied by the other kids, including a brat named Brian, Miss Devine notices some other potential problems with Peter. His home life may be just as bad, and she decides to stop by the house. It seems her suspicions might be justified when she meets Peter's parents. But there is way more to this dark, dark story, including the fact that Peter hears a voice talking to him through the walls. It's someone who claims to have something in common with Peter, and warns him that he is in grave danger. Poor Peter. All he wanted to do was go out trick-or-treating on Halloween night. Unfortunately, he'll find the real horror is at home. This film provides a heavy dose of nightmare fuel. COBWEB has a runtime of under 90 minutes, so it starts fast and it pulls you in quickly. When I realized it was almost over, I was disappointed. Not in the movie itself, just the fact that it was almost over. In addition to COBWEB being one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen, it features some really good performances. Along with those I mentioned earlier, Woody Norman as Peter does a fantastic job capturing sympathy from viewers. And that makes it even scarier, because you really feel for him in the situation. I love the house and the pumpkin patch in the yard, and I love all the decorated pumpkins in the classroom. There is so much more I could say, but I won't. This is one of those movies I just wish I could spoil, but I won't do that to you, because I think it's best to go into this one knowing as little as possible. Jason and I had no idea what to expect when we started it, but not long after it began, we were completely gripped. At one point, Jason said, "I really don't know what to say." COBWEB does something many, if not most, horror films fail to do: generate some genuine scares. The fact of the matter is, I probably still will review this one during the 31 Days of Horror, or 31 Days of Halloween, at some point. Maybe not this year, but I will definitely revisit this one for another review. Hopefully, by that point, a lot more people will have seen this, so I'll be able to talk about it more freely. The best word I can think of to describe COBWEB is wow. Have you seen it? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. And please be sure to check out Jason's video to see what he reviewed for Monthly Theme Thursday. We each have one more 2023 horror movie to review next week, so tune in to find out what they are. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and, be kind, subscribe.